Water has been around for billions of years. It all started with the formation of Earth, and over time, water formed from the gases of the atmosphere and the rocks on the ground. And us humans share a special bond with water. From quenching our thirst to helping plants grow, water is essential for life. But our relationship with water is changing. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, we are contributing to water pollution through various activities. New Zealand is full of fresh water, streams, lakes, and rivers.
But not all water is safe to drink. Today I'm on a mission to find out if this beautiful stream is as clean as it looks. Can I really drink this water? Let's find out.
To get the answers we need, I'm heading to Lincoln University, the oldest agriculture land-based university in the Southern Hemisphere. We'll be meeting with experts on New Zealand's water quality to uncover the truth about the country's waterways.
The other day I went to Harts Creek and I wanted to find out if this water is actually clean to drink. Can I drink this water?
That's a very good question, Zainab. Water pollution is a particular problem in Canterbury and New Zealand, and some of the pollution comes from farming.
Professor Alison Bailey took me to the dairy farm to investigate the contribution of the farms to water pollution. The first question I asked her, how farming is responsible for all this.
We have a lot of pasture and cows in New Zealand, and we have our animals out grazing in New Zealand. And one of our problems is that cows urinate, and the urine falls on the ground and creates hot spots. And that urine has nitrates in it. And in the winter, and the grass is not growing as much, and it's not taking that nitrate up. If it rains, that nitrate can get washed through the soil profile, and it ends up in our groundwater and also in our streams. It's really our cows that are the big animals, and they can deposit about 700 grams of nitrogen.
Wow.
And you compare that to something like fertiliser, which we put on as a nutrient to help the grass grow, and that would be about 30 grams.
Can I actually see this happening?
We can't see what's going on in the soil, but I can introduce you to a colleague of mine, Professor Keith Cameron, who can tell you a little bit more about what happens in the soil. We'll go and visit him in his laboratory.
Zainab, very nice to meet you.
You too.
So we'll go and have a look at the underground lysimeter laboratory to see how we measure nitrate leaching.
Professor Keith took me to the laboratory. Part of this laboratory is an underground temperature-controlled facility where they have special drums called lysimeters, in which they put soil columns. These soil columns are big chunks of soil ranging from topsoil to deep soil. They bring them down from dairy farms with cow urine on some and others with fertilizers.
And we can measure how much drainage comes from each one of these, because there's the drainage tube coming from the base of the drum. So we can collect that water, we can measure how much drainage, and we can measure the nitrate concentration.
The underground facility is expensive and can only hold 16 of those drums. So they have open trench facilities that hold 200 drums.
So the drainage water from this lysimeter, we call it, it comes out into a container, so we can test that water and measure the nitrate concentration.
The obvious question I asked her next was, how can we all fix this? She told me that the very first thing farmers can do is to fence the cows off from creeks and have vegetation around waterways.
So they can't deposit the urine directly in the creek, and also the vegetation helps retain the soil and the nutrients that are attached to it.
Further, she said that as we are in New Zealand, graze cows in the open fields, mostly on perennial ryegrass. So one solution could be to grow special Italian grass.
It's because it grows in cooler climate, it's growing better than the perennial in winter and taking up that nitrogen.
She also mentioned that we may grow broadleaf herb plantain as another possible solution. Another interesting solution was using standoff pads in winter.
So they can come and stand in here, and then all the manure and urine is captured in a tank below this pad.
Finally, she told me that automatic irrigation system that operates on the basis of soil moisture is another effective solution.
If there's too little moisture, we will irrigate, and if there's too much water, we won't irrigate, and that way we won't flush the nitrate through the soil.
Thank goodness we had some solutions. We headed back to Lincoln University to ask her the last question.
Do you have a message for kids my age, how they can contribute to keep our waterways safe?
Yes, what I would say is kids like yourself with an inquiring mind, it would be good if you can grow up and work in places like this, the university and other research centres, to help us find solutions to all the problems that we've created.
From all this investigation I learned,
Though we cannot drink this water for now, if we take the advice from our experts, then we may just be able to keep our waterways safe for our next generation.